Hi, how's it going? Today I'm going to be answering the question of how old should a child be to start learning to play the piano? And the annoying answer to this question is that it varies, and it also depends on what you class as learning to play the piano. I think some people have an idea that learning to play the piano involves pieces, scales, arpeggios, sight reading and ear training. And with very young children, this often isn't the case. So before you have your child start learning to play the piano, you first got to ask yourself the question of, what is my child's attention span like? Okay, can they concentrate for 20 minutes? Can they concentrate for half an hour? Is it going to be possible for them to practice either under your supervision as a parent, or do you not have time for that and you might want to wait a little bit longer until you can trust them to practice on their own maybe? So the factors vary, but generally speaking, when a child gets to the age where they can have the fine motor skills to play the piano, this is usually around the age of about 7, that's when we can properly start piano lessons. However, it is never too early to start learning the fundamentals. A lot of children start learning the fundamentals of music in general from the age of about 3. So this could be the difference between low sounds and high sounds. If you can learn that high sounds are more that way and low sounds are more that way, then that's a start. If they can learn how to clap a rhythm in echo, that's a great benefit as well. And these are the kind of things that with very young children I like to do in lesson. If children, because it can be quite boring for up to 20 minutes, half an hour for a child to come to lesson and sit behind the piano and sit in one place. I can see fidgeting around and they want to get around and move around the room, and so that's fine. But then sometimes parents get a little bit concerned that the lesson isn't a piano lesson because they're not sat behind the piano. But that's because learning the piano falls under a much wider bracket of learning music. And it's impossible to learn the piano without learning general music alongside of it. So really, in the early days, kind of perhaps counterintuitively, we start learning the theory before we kind of learn how to start playing the piano properly, whatever that might mean. But the way that we learn the theory, in accordance with Suzuki method, is by doing more things by ear, listening to music, and also a big part of learning to play the piano as a child is what parents do with them at home. Is there music going around the house? Are you encouraging them to go and have a go on the instrument, even if the sound they make isn't, what might be classed as pleasing to the ear? Are you taking them to little concerts and stuff like that? Are you sharing, if you're interested in music, are you sharing your love of music with them? Because then the child learns that music is a part of life. It's as natural as going to school, and that's where the real magic happens. So what age, I've rambled a little bit there, but what age should your child learn to start playing the piano? They can start before they even start school. It depends on the child. However, definitely children are ready to play the piano by age 7, I can tell you that. But before then, they can start learning some of the more background stuff that will put them in great stead. Think about it, like, this is the last thing I'm going to say. If you've seen these videos of child prodigies on the internet, 10-year-olds who can play fantasy impromptu, and 8-year-olds playing piano concertos, Mozart piano concertos, then how has that happened? It's because they started as early as possible, a lot of the time. And so if you think of it, if you start a year earlier when they're age 4, they're going to be a year ahead of someone who's age 5, provided that practice is done to an adequate standard. So I hope that's given you a bit of an insight. I'm going to wrap it up there. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want other people to know about it, please give it a share. And if you have any questions whatsoever related to piano or music in general, please just drop me a message or comment on this video and I will answer that question ASAP. Alright, have a lovely weekend. Thanks.